welcome to Jay's Reviews. Today we're covering Court of the Dead Dark Harvest by Skybound Tabletop. In Court of the Dead Dark Harvest, you are the member of a court trying to gain the favor of the three factions. But beware, the harvest is coming, and not all souls can be saved. This is a 3 to 6 player game, good for ages 13 and up, and plays in about 30 minutes. Let's hit the table and see what we've got. Setup. Give each player a colored privacy screen and matching influence tokens. Also give 3 faction tokens, 1 bone, 1 spirit, 1 flesh. Next, set up the court decks. Each faction has 7 cards plus 1 united card, which is randomly given. Shuffle each faction separately and place them face down on top of the matching faction marker. Place them left to right in the following order: flesh, spirit, bone. Place the 3 faction flavor cards next to each court deck. Next, we set up the harvest deck. There are 2 types of harvest cards: Final Harvest and Harvest. Separate the 2 types and shuffle them each face down. From the Final Harvest cards, take 1 card and place it on the table. Next, randomly take 5 harvest cards and place them on top of the Final Harvest. Place failure tokens within reach of all players. You are now ready to play. How to play. Court of the Dead Dark Harvest is played over 6 rounds. Each round has 3 phases. Income phase. In the income phase, you collect souls and influence tokens. At the start of the game, all players start with 5 influence. They regain 1 influence at the start of each income phase to a maximum of 5. How many souls you get each income phase depends on the current number of players. We are playing 3 players, so it would be 7 souls each. Court phase. The court phase is skipped in the first round. Flip the top card of each faction deck. Give time for all players to read all cards. Behind their screen, secretly choose which card you want most. To do this, take the faction token and a number of influence tokens into your hand and close your hand. Once all players have done this, simultaneously open hands and see which have bid for what cards. If players bid on the same card, person with the most influence wins. If there is a tie, no one gets the card. Influence tokens used this round are placed outside of your screen and can no longer be used in future rounds until they are regained in the income phase. Next, resolve the effect of cards that were bid on this round. Note, there are some cards that will trigger at specific times. If this is not noted on a card, the card resolves immediately. Take the faction flavor of the card you just won as well. If multiple cards are picked, they are always resolved in the following order: flesh, spirit, bone. Note, united cards allow players to choose any faction flavor they want that wasn't chosen this round. Faction favor cards move around each turn depending on who won the bid of the current round. Harvest phase. Flip over the top of the harvest deck. This will tell you how many souls collectively need to be given for the harvest to succeed or fail. Like in the court phase, you secretly pick what you want to do. Pick a number of souls and put them into your hand, then close and wait for other players. Once all players are ready, everyone opens their hand and count how many souls there are. If you meet or exceed the number of souls needed, the harvest is successful. Person who put in the most souls gets a bonus influence. If the group didn't give enough souls, that harvest is a failure. As a group, you collect a failure token. If this is the first or second failure of the game, person who put the fewest souls resolves the failure effect of the card. If there is a tie for this, oldest person resolves this effect. If this is the 3rd failure, or if the group has already collectively gotten 3 failure tokens, then the person or persons who have given the fewest souls are eliminated from the game. Note, if a person is eliminated, make sure that in the next income phase you check the amount of souls each person gets, as it will change. The game ends one of 2 ways. Players are eliminated and there is only 1 person to win, or the final harvest is completed, the person with the most souls wins the game. This is dark, but a lot of fun. The main mechanic behind the game is bluffing and outlasting your opponents. Now, you might take a little bit of time to get a hold of the game, but once you start understanding how the faction cards affect all aspects of the game, you'll definitely be on a roll. This is something different than other bluffing games we have on the shelf, and the theme itself is great for theme nights. This doesn't play too long too, so it's great to play in multiple sittings or just during the week. Our favorite part of the game was the artwork. It's just simply amazing and brings the whole theme of the game together. We give this Jay's seal of approval, and we'll catch you next time at the table.